Hey petrolheads, today I wanted to discuss with you Audi A4 of B9 generation. Is it a good buy right now on the secondary market? Why this exact car? First of all, because the prices decreased dramatically, and nowadays you can purchase one of those starting from $10,000, euros, pounds, and this car really still looks very modern. And the second reason to discuss this exact model is that I own this car. 2017 turbo diesel version with quattro, with all-wheel drive system. And I really don't see any reason to purchase Audi without quattro, because then you are just buying a Volkswagen or Skoda, but much more expensive. Yes, it's made a little bit better interior, better design. It has a feeling of well-made product, but what really differs Audi from its competitors is a quattro system. So I own this car, I bought it new, and I owned it only for 1.5 years. Why? Because this car was really very good one. I mean, I really liked it and enjoyed, at least partly. It was very practical car, very fuel efficient, powerful enough, 190 horsepower and acceleration from 0 to 100 km per hour in about 7 seconds, so ideal daily driver. But for me, it was too boring. It is really hard to remember any car that was that boring. I own more than 20 cars, some of them new, some of them used, but I wouldn't say that even Ford Focus, my first car, maybe because it was my first car, was so boring like Audi A4. No emotions at all, but very balanced, really very balanced car. So I believe that nowadays for 10, 12, 15k it could be a great option as a daily driver if you are not into cars that much. The thing is that its competitors, BMW 3 Series and Mercedes-Benz C-Class, would be much more emotional, but some people could be looking for something more modest and not that posh like Mercedes, for example. So I would say that it could be really an ideal option for the casual buyer, let's put it that way, because first of all, Audi A4 is a very reliable car. Yes, it is, especially with the 4-cylinder 2-liter engines, both petrol and diesel. 6-cylinders version are not that good in case of reliability. Yes, they are extremely powerful, but if you need it for a daily usage, then 2 liters would be absolutely enough. And if you are looking for something really fast, then maybe BMW should be your choice. But talking about balanced cars, then I think Audi A4 Quattro 2-liter is a very nice car to buy and drive every day. These 2-liter engines has a great resource. They can last up to 300,000 kilometers with a proper maintenance. I'm talking only about 2-liter engines because 1.4 is not that good and not that reliable. And of course you cannot get a car with all-wheel drive with 1.4 liter engine. So you have this option. Also DSG, S-tronic, okay, in Audi is quite reliable as well, and with a proper maintenance as well, when you change the transmission fluid regularly, up to 200,000 kilometers usually you wouldn't have any problems. The Quattro system in this car, actually it's not a real Quattro, it's Quattro Ultra system, because starting from B9 generation you wouldn't get a full-time all-wheel drive, only part-time. But I tested this car on off-road, light off-road of course, and there were absolutely no problems, and also it is extremely stable, and the car with this new system is much lighter, and so you have a better handling and a better fuel efficiency. So this Quattro system is also very reliable, and usually it would last more than engines. What else? Electronics. There were no major problems with this generation. Even these cars are with new multimedia screen and new architecture. Still, there were no major problems. I mean, those cases that you face again and again and they're hard to solve. Of course, there could be some faults. It's a German and used car, but nothing you should really be worried about. So, if you are looking for a reliable daily driver, a well-made German car with all technologies, then what choice do you have? Alternatively to Audi A4, BMW 3 Series, okay, it's also quite reliable, but the thing is that I believe it looks much more outdated than Audi A4 of B9 generation. Mercedes C-Class as well, and it's not that reliable, let's put it that way. And for the same price you would get a 1.6 engine, so no fun. So I believe that Audi A4 is really the best choice nowadays for 10. Okay, let's put it that way. 12K, $12,000 is the entry level where you can find a good condition car. So what else? I wouldn't now compare it with some Japanese options or something like that, because obviously it's two different planets and this video could be, I don't know, 1 hour long. But choosing between these three, even nowadays, even I had an experience of owning this car, choosing now, probably I would go for Audi A4 once again. Let's sum up which specifications you can consider. So, it is Audi A4 B9 generation, it is from 2015 to 2020, it's pre-facelift, and in 2020 they had a facelift and they were in production until 2024. So, you should look for a 2-liter 4-cylinder versions with a 4-wheel drive system. And also, I would consider only cars with S-Line package, inside and out. This car would look much more modern and much more beautiful. And what are the disadvantages of this choice of the A4 B9 in general? So, if we talk about 1.4 engine and also front-wheel drive, then it is not that reliable. It can last 200,000 kilometers with a proper maintenance, but it's not fast. It would be really slow, I would say, and also you wouldn't have a feeling of driving a premium car. So then maybe it's better to consider buying like C-Class at least. It would be a rear-wheel drive car. So yeah, I wouldn't consider this version at all. You should also remember that the demand for Audi A4 on the secondary market is not huge, especially if we're talking about small markets. Like here where I am in UAE, it is extremely hard to sell any Audi, but Audi A4 especially. But that means that you could get a really decent discount on the secondary market, just choosing the car. But be prepared that it would take some time to sell it. And once again, you should answer one question. Are you ready to drive a very well-made, reliable car? Extremely good in general, but not giving you any emotions. Because that's a little bit tricky. I'm talking about potential buyers, I'm thinking about it. And if you consider buying not Japanese cars, for example, then probably you are looking for something emotional. And that is probably the problem of Audi in general. It was like that every time. But sometimes Audi sales were very stable. Hope they would get back to normal cars and not these EVs. Thank you for watching. Please write in comments what do you think about Audi A4 of B9 generation. Would you consider buying this car? Your like would support channel a lot. And thank you. See you soon. Alright, now if you click one of these two videos, I hope you will enjoy them as well. And don't forget an oil change. Bye.